What was the excitement level like this morning? You know, getting up, coming out here, and, you know, kind of starting the MLS marathon.
I mean, I just was speaking with St. David's partnership that we have here. We have a lot of people around, and it's I compare this for the players and staff like when our kids go first day to school, and the teachers go to the first day to the school. I think it's the same feeling. It's an excitement there. It's about you want to show, you want to have the players want to show how they do, and this is that excitement that the first day, and I feel like we're like kids right now.
What do you want to see out of this first week?
I think this week is about learning from the players learning from us, more learning us from the players and what they can bring to the table, and into the planning, the idea that we want to set up, and from there build the identity that we want to create for the Austin FC.
Landon?
I wanted to ask about a specific player. Ilie Sanchez comes in with a lot of MLS experience. A player that seems like a guy a coach really loves to have on the team. Talk a little bit about what you like about Ilie and kind of what your vision is for his role in this team and how big of a part you plan for him to play.
Well, it's an interesting question, because usually when you are already in a team and you sign a new player, it's like the new guy. But for me, everyone in the team now is new. You know, it's not only Ilie. I think Ilie has a lot of good qualities, and this is why he is here. Experience, quality on the pitch, off the pitch, and a winning team that is also good to bring here that mentality about how you can win. But also other players can bring a lot of new things here, like Ilie, and then they have one more year experience in the league, all of them, and we're really excited about to know them and see what they can bring to the team.
Jorge?
Nico, ¿cómo te sientes? Primeramente, feliz año. ¿Cómo te sientes con Dave Arnaud como asistente? Y bueno, este inicio sin un número 10 quizá, o aunque regrese, se va a sentir alguna tensión. ¿Cómo está el equipo ahorita? ¿Cómo tú lo ves? ¿Y cómo resolver todo esto que está pasando?
A ver, yo creo que de David no hay que decir mucho. Yo creo que él solo como persona, como entrenador se define. Creo que tiene una larga experiencia en la liga como jugador, como asistente. Quiere mucho al club, por eso está aquí, y nos da muchísima experiencia, conocimiento de la liga, conocimiento de los jugadores, nos da puntos de vista muy interesantes dentro en el staff. Yo creo que es una persona muy importante dentro del staff, conjuntamente con todos los miembros que hemos traído y que estaban aquí en el club, y por lo tanto, como decimos con los jugadores, que cada uno tiene unas cualidades que nos harán mejor staff para lo positivo, ¿no? de Austin FC. En cuanto a jugadores que no están aquí, para mí es una falta de respeto para los que están aquí. Mi concentración, mi energía, todo es con lo que tengo. Nadie es imprescindible. Siempre hay jugadores que van a step up, ¿no? Como se dice aquí, y estamos muy emocionados y con muchas ganas de ver la energía y la cualidad de los que están aquí.
Thank you, Jorge. Todd?
Yes, I know you've been speaking with the veterans. Do you feel like this renewed sense of energy and this renewed sense of purpose for the veterans, with you showing up and bringing your sense of philosophy and all that? Do you feel like the players have really kind of embraced that real quick?
I mean, I don't think it's because of me. I think anytime there is a change in a head coaching or on a staff, is every player, not only the veterans, the young players, everyone wants to have the energy to be in the starting 11. You know, they want to show that they are capable, and then the guys that were playing more minutes, they want to keep doing that, and the players that didn't play much, they want to show that they can play more. And then I think all that excitement is happening in every team that has a new coach.
Anybody else that hasn't asked one yet have a question they'd like to ask? No, we'll go Cliff and then Laura.
Coach, I was just going to ask, as a head coach, how often, if ever, have you had a situation where you enter into camp without key players or a player, and how did you handle it?
Well, a lot, you know, and more in this league and in this country that you need a lot of requirements to first of all to sign the deal, and then after with the visa and everything. I think every preseason I didn't have the beginning of the season the full squad, and it's something that I'm used to.
Laura?
Sí. Perdón, qué pena me. ¿Cómo puede hacer usted para... Hay bastantes expectativas y también al mismo tiempo muchas preguntas por parte de los hinchas de los Hines-Ike. ¿Qué tiene usted para decirle en estos momentos a ellos que están, como dirían en inglés, wondering?
Bueno, yo creo que hoy es el día 1, entonces primero la A, luego la B, luego la C, ¿no? Como decimos, hay que tener paciencia para crear una nueva identidad o una identidad en la que ellos se sientan orgullosos, y nuestro trabajo y energía va a ser durante este periodo de pretemporada y durante la temporada, porque un equipo no es como empieza, es como acaba, y yo creo que toda la temporada va a ser una temporada de mucho aprendizaje y de poner en el campo un producto en el que el aficionado se sienta orgulloso, en el que vibre y en el que ellos se sientan parte y se sientan identificados.
¿Producto que incluyó Hines-Ike 2? ¿Están ellos entrenando con ustedes?
Sí, tenemos muchos jugadores del segundo equipo. A mí es algo que me gusta mucho, también por mi background español, en el que trabajamos mucho con jugadores jóvenes. El tener jugadores jóvenes en la pretemporada para mí es algo muy bonito, porque me encanta poder ayudarles a crecer, a cumplir sus sueños, a hacerles mejores jugadores. Ellos vienen con una energía diferente también, y eso es muy bueno, y tendremos bastantes de ellos durante la pretemporada.
Alex, and then
Yes.
Jorge.
I want to ask about the captaincy. Drusi, that was the captain of 2023 and part of 2024, is not here. Alex Ring also left the club. Who now falls into the list for that captaincy, or how does that going to be solved for this season?
Everyone, you know, now it's open, right? Then everyone has the chance. I think what we have to create is a team that is mature, and then they all have leadership skills that can help the team. And then at the end of the day, we'll make the right decisions with the players and the staff. And but I think the preseason gives you a great opportunity to learn more about the players, and also the players learn about their teammates. And to finalizing the preseason, we'll find the right people that can lead the team.
Jorge, then Colby.
Nico, ¿qué conoces de Brandon Vázquez? Esto lo tuviste un poco en la selección. ¿Qué conoces de él y qué puede aportar él a tu equipo?
Bueno, Brandon conozco mucho, porque Brandon es un jugador que pues lleva casi lo mismo que yo en la liga. Y ya cuando él estaba en Atlanta, yo estaba en Columbus, y luego cuando fui a la selección y él fue a Cincinnati. Es un jugador que siempre hemos estado siguiendo, un jugador que siempre hemos estado analizando, porque tiene un potencial y un perfil muy bueno para los Estados Unidos. Y bueno, cuando se dio la oportunidad, yo creo que fue algo muy importante para nosotros. Tanto Rodo, cuando me lo expresó, pues yo era un jugador que conocía muy bien, y el deseo también del jugador de venir aquí creo que nos va a ayudar mucho.
Colby?
Probably same question, but as a coach, what do you like about having Brandon up top?
Well, I think as any player that is in the roster, it brings something special for the group. And Brandon, he has a unique profile as a striker. He can do different things that can help us in build-up, can help us in finishing attacks, can help us in transition. I think he fits in a different ways to play in the team, and that's something that we were looking for, and we're happy that he's with us.
Do you make plans for and without Drusi?
No, I make plans with the players that we have here.
Landon, we got time for one more, so go ahead and wrap up this portion.
Sorry, you spoke about Davey a little bit before and his experience. one of the reasons that we were told like why you and he are here is because of your MLS experience. Can you give us some insight with like an example of a moment that would arrive or that you've experienced where, okay, this is why MLS experience is important? Like I understand the concept of why it is, but just give us some insight of like some moments where that actually comes into play in your MLS experience is key in a decision.
Well, I think the important thing in MLS is that is a unique format with the playoff. It's you can panic because the season is very long, and then it's about making the playoff and arrive in the right shape to the playoff to make a good run, right? Then sometimes you're coming from different leagues and things are not going in the right way or a result didn't come. The tendency is to panic because you play there for relegation and other things, and here it is about to always be in a position to attack the playoff. If you are in the playoff, the better. But if not, that you're in a position that late in the season you can attack it and end the season with a good rhythm. This could be a good example.
Thanks, Landon. Thanks, Nico. We'll go ahead and wrap Nico's portion there.
You're here for a full year. What's it like welcoming in the new guys and getting them up to speed? What are the first tips you give new guys like Brandon as to what it's like being at this club?
I don't think he needs too much of a welcome, right? I mean, obviously, great pedigree and a well-known MLS player. It's a good group this year. Once again, I think we've added good pieces. Still more to come. With him in particular, I think just getting him accustomed to our style as quickly as we can. Obviously, for us players that were here with Josh in the past, there will be also a new style with Nico, so we'll have to get adjusted to that as well. But it's a very welcoming environment with us, and that's the most important thing we've touched on as a group just a little bit. Is that's an important attribute for us this year, is to have good characters in the locker room. So guys like him will have no problem adjusting to that.
Alex?
Hi, Brendan. Without Druzy here, who was a captain, who was the MVP in 2022, who is such a star for the club. With him not being here, or with Danny going away for the Venezuela game, is that something that affects you as a group, the club, the team, in the locker room?
Two different situations. Obviously, with Seba, I don't have any information about it. You guys probably have more info than I do. With Danny, obviously, an honor for him to represent the national team. It's good for us in Austin that he's representing, and he'll be back shortly. So I think for us as a group, we focus on who's here right now, and we got a lot of work to do. So with the guys that are here, we're excited.
Cliff?
Yeah, just I want to know a little bit about the dynamic of the first day of being coached by a coach who you're used to having coach against you, particularly from a rival.
Yeah.
How interesting.
Well, I mean, the league is small, so you know a lot of these guys, and Nico in particular. Obviously, playing against him against Dallas. I played against him when I was in DC as well because we played Dallas. From what I take away from the players that have played with him, they've all really enjoyed playing, under him. Obviously, I wanted to form my own opinion, and I've gotten to know him over the last few days, and we've all liked him as players, as a group, right away. We're excited for his tactics that he's going to implement, and I think as a group we're going to have big goals for this year.
Laura, and then Corey.
Brennan, you're one of the most experienced ones in the team this year.
Oh,
Now
thanks.
this is your second team. Second year. I'm not saying you're old. let me clarify.
No problem.
That. Would you see yourself as captain of this team this year?
I think I've always viewed myself as a leader. That's just kind of based off, characteristics that I have in my personality and whatnot. Captainship, I think, ultimately is down to who the players see in that format. I think it's a great concept to have players choose who they want the leaders to be. I think naturally leaders will step forward, whether it's through how they are or through age, just from experience. But I wouldn't. I can't really answer that directly. I think the biggest thing for me is one way or another, I'm still going to be myself, which is naturally a leader for any club I'm with, and especially with this club now, having more experience than most of the guys, and then having a lot of guys that have just as much as me. So there's a good balance.
Corey?
Yeah, Brendan, you talked about this locker room trying to have high character. That's one of the goals. Why is that so important to you?
Because at the end of the day, I think that's what gets you over the line. I think MLS is is pretty balanced now with talent. Obviously, it's important to add bigger players to the team to get your team up to the speed, and if not even higher than the level that you need to be. But at the same time, playing as long as I've played now, it's ultimately character that gets you through the middle of the season where things are hard. You're playing games every 3 days. At the end of the season, when it's a grind and you're tired and you need to get points. So that's what's going to get a club like Austin over the line, and that's ultimately what's going to take us far in this season.
Landon?
Coming into a new season, new coach, a lot of new players. What does preparation look like in that situation in the off season? Were you guys given like homework, required reading kind of stuff, or are you mostly coming in cold and it starts now?
I think the biggest thing for the off season for a lot of guys was to reset and know there's going to be changes. I think it was important that guys recovered their bodies. We had a smaller group last year, so we need to make sure that the guys that come in this year are ready to play a lot again. So that was a big focus for us in terms of like the tactics and how Nico's going to go about things. That's what we have now. That's going to be a big focus over the next 6 weeks. We've talked a little bit about it, but it'll be obviously a massive point of interest for the next month and a half before the season starts. Yeah.
Colby?
You obviously want the season to be 11 months long. How do you go through that, not getting too high, too low with whatever happens?
Again, back to character. Good guys in the locker room. I think guys are able to balance each other out, know when it's the right time to push, know when it's the right time to ease off a bit, and taking every game for what it is. I think one thing we missed out last year was we had momentum in certain months that we didn't take advantage of. We had moments where everybody was ready and fit and playing at a high level, and we tied games or we lost games. And then we had moments where, we couldn't find a way to win, and that ultimately is what killed us at the end of the year. So I think, capitalizing on moments when we're in a really good moment in the year to keep pushing to get those points that maybe saves us at the end, and then knowing when to back off and know that, hey, we have a tough stretch ahead, and how to deal with those, weeks and days that we have with that. So, yeah.
Jorge?
Hi, happy New Year again.
Thank you. You too.
How is the competition for the starting 11 inside the team? How you guys are taking the coming back or not of Sebastian?
The starting 11 in regards to what?
The competition inside the team's competition.
Yeah.
To be on the starting 11.
I mean, that was the big emphasis that Roto wanted to imply last year when he brought players in the summer to be starters right away to come in. So, competition stems better performance, clear and clear. So, in regards to that, I think it's an excellent thing to have. You don't want to have guys stagnant by any means. Younger players or older players. The end of the question, I don't have any answer for you on that. So,
Anyone else have any questions for Brendan? Alex and Colby, and we'll finish with those two since we're up against time. 10:23.
Okay.
So you got the 2 more.
This is your second year here. Last year was a bit of a highlight for you. You had a really good game for you. Came out big.
Thank you.
But I want to ask, in this new year, after being here and with the new incoming players like Sanchez, who is a defensive midfielder, right? What changes can we expect or see, or improvements in the defensive side of things for this team?
Biggest thing we're going to touch on this year is the way that we set up ourselves on transition. So when we have these long stems of possession and we are trying to, wear them down with the ball in their opponent's half, how we're going to set up ourselves so we don't get transition. That was a huge factor for us last year, is obviously having the ball in the right moments and having guys in the right spots, but we seem to somehow in certain moments not have the right setup, and transition is massive in this league. That's what guys, that are wingers and forwards wait for a ball to pop out and they can run it. Guys like me, which is terrible because there's a lot of space to cover. So working on that, I think, will be a key attribute for us going forward. Because I thought for the most part the defensive aspects of the game were pretty strong throughout the season for many portions of the field. So,
thank you. Colby, go ahead and finish us up.
What's the reaction been in the locker room with the Drusi situation, just not reporting?
I have no answer for that in regards to, it's again, you guys probably have more information than I do with what's going on, and the guys that are here, we're excited, we're focused, and that's all I can say about that. Yeah.
Thank you, Colby. Thank you, Brendan.
Thanks,
we'll
guys.
wrap it there. Appreciate it,
Right,
everybody.
take care.